Right now, I'd like to welcome our first guest on the program. He was with us in Baltimore at Private Exchange Forum, Baltimore. Richard Pfadenhauer with Paylogix. Richard, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. Looking forward to joining you
How are you?
again in Vegas. I'm good.
Yeah, good to have you here, Richard. Hey,
well, thanks.
Give our audience a brief background on Paylogix and what you guys do, and then we'll kind of get into talking about your Exchange Builder solution.
Sure. So Paylogix is essentially a third-party administrator, licensed and bonded, providing our trademark consolidated billing service and technology solutions prominent to most insurers and brokers, largely in the voluntary space. Our back-end processing features largely includes payment and premium processing, some plan administration, secure data management, and that's pretty much it. You'll see us around largely, I guess, in that voluntary space, though we do provide administration and mostly moving of premiums related to health care, group plans, and so forth.
Great. Richard, you have an interesting discussion point. You talk about private exchanges and consumerism in an alternate reality. Tell us about what what is this alternate reality?
Well, I look at it as a small business. This, SBA defines small business as having fewer than 500 employees. And there's almost 20 million small businesses in the U.S. employing over 50% of the working population. We understand the initial focus on large employers, as Paylogix currently provides services to greater than 20% of the Fortune 1000. However, our first online enrollment offering was in 1999, and it was intended to reduce the administrative burden on small businesses. Small business versus big business, they are different realities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are. Absolutely different. And what do you see as some of the key differentiators, small business, large business?
Primarily resources.
Yep. So how are you?
Go ahead.
Well, how are you then, looking at resource allocation, from a small employer perspective, how are your solutions stepping forward to really help that small employer administer the benefits that they want to provide to their employees?
Well, when you look at small businesses, a lot of the focus is done or addressed by those producers that are in that marketplace are also small producers. It's a resource issue. Yes, it's great to go after that large employer where they can throw in a whole staff and crew and dollars, greater than even some small businesses that exist in the marketplace today, with the intent of researching and finding the best solutions to address the employee base, essentially get to that consumer. But, as we try to come down market, I don't want to ignore that 50% of the marketplace. Healthcare consumerism doesn't exist if the consumer isn't part of the equation. We can't ignore or afford to turn our backs on 50% of that market.
Mm-hmm. So tell me what you're doing specifically with the Exchange Builder.
Well, Exchange Builder, it's a different tool. Paylogix is focused on providing tools and services like our trademark consolidated billing service to the benefits professionals. Going back to our roots of coming up with an initial enrollment solution online for small employers back in 1999, Exchange Builder represents a different approach to the private exchange delivery model. It's not an exchange. It's actually a tool for the benefits professionals. Exchange Builder is a cloud-based private exchange development platform where agents and brokers can go in and create a customized marketplace for the communication and the enrollment of employee benefits with consolidated billing and other valued service options. Essentially, if they choose, that insurance professional can provide an end-to-end, or as we say, a promotion to payment benefits delivery ecosystem. And much like the tools that are available today. Go ahead.
Just for the for those of us with sort of lower capacity on this call, me. So just so I can understand, this is a build it yourself. So it's got to be very simple to use interface for a broker or an employer to create their own.
Right, and it's primarily targeted towards insurance professionals. Much like the tools that are available today to build your own website on WordPress or Wix, for instance, a decade ago, we would pay a lot of money to an outside party to go in and build our website. Today, we can do it on our own. Exchange Builder is a web-based tool for benefits professionals to build their clients' private exchange. Essentially, Exchange Builder is intended to empower benefits professionals to bring private exchange solutions down market to address that 50% of the consumers not being catered to today.
Do you help your broker partners at all with the carriers, both voluntary and supplemental or major medical, that they want to bring into these exchanges?
Well, we don't profess to be an insurance professional. We provide tools and services that an insurance professional can employ. But what we do bring to the table in Exchange Builder is an opportunity for them to bring their own benefits, BYOB. So essentially then the offering is unlimited. They simply bring in a product, add the rates, the descriptions, define the eligibility, insert decision support, video, even feature comparisons. And the Exchange Builder technology makes it simple then for every agent to deliver a potent, professional, and most importantly, a purposeful online benefits marketplace. Now, we do have premier benefit providers that are on our platform where the back end is established, and they can select from one of these premier benefit providers. You can get an array of top-tier benefits. Most of those are group or voluntary, not in the medical arena. And with simple point-and-click efficiency, combined with some automated back-end processing like our consolidated billing, that fulfills that delivery of promotion through payment.
Yes.
And on the medical side, again, we don't profess to be insurance professionals. We imagine that those insurance professionals out there, they are really the best advocate for benefits of the workplace, primarily in that medical space.
Richard, what's the business model for brokers? What's the pricing model for brokers to deploy your solution?
Each instance of Exchange Builder, we look at a private exchange as a unique experience on a per-client basis. So each instance of Exchange Builder is a $500 fee. There are service options where somebody can extend the service term because that essentially just buys you an open enrollment window. If you want to extend it up to a year for a full 24/7, 365 operation, then it's another $500, and then in subsequent years, it's $500 to keep that service term open.
So Richard, it is one of the benefits of Exchange Builder for the benefit insurance professional you're helping to deploy, that you're enabling them to protect more of their commission versus they partnering with some exchanges that take some of those commission dollars?
Yeah, essentially what we're doing is we're providing a do-it-yourself model. There's no need to outsource clients and or commissions. We give the insurance professional complete autonomy to tailor and manage that communication and education experience. We maintain the systems, we maintain the technology and the access security so they can focus on their core business, insurance. And all of it. We offer. Go ahead.
Well, no, that's okay. I wanted you to finish. I apologize. Go ahead.
We provide a number of professionally designed templates that can be customized so they can quickly create an online benefits marketplace unique to each client. And every marketplace is optimized for mobile devices so that consumers can discover their benefit options, whether it's at their convenience in the office, computer, maybe a tablet at home, a smartphone at the coffee shop, whatever works. The intent of the exchange builder is to be flexible, be scalable, provide control, and right priced.
When did you first roll this out to the market? How long has it been out there?
Less than a month.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you actually premiered this at our event in Baltimore then?
Just about, yes. You know, we could have waited until we met up with you all out in Vegas. I understand that there's a lot of firsts in Vegas, but I just don't really want to go there.
Yeah. Well, talk a little bit about, you know, consolidated billing is so incredibly important in this fast-changing market. I mean, the back end is incredibly important, and, you know, you've got multiple choice plans, and you're presenting employers and their advisors with multiple challenges if we don't have consolidated billing. Talk a little bit about what you do uniquely around consolidated billing.
Well, consolidated billing is something that we started back in, well, almost 20 years ago. It's a registered trademark, a service that Paylogix provides, and it varies in scope. It could be consolidated billing of a single slot on payroll deduction, but essentially it's providing an environment where an employer can go and access a list bill or a list bill of list bills, depending on how many products and how many vendors are there, all within a single environment. And they only pay one bill. And as a third-party administrator, we actually take receipt of the money. We're responsible for doing the other end of that, which is a common remitter, the reconciliation and ultimately the disbursement of those premiums to the appropriate insurer or benefit provider.
What trends are you seeing in the market with your brokers that you're dealing with that our audience might be interested in hearing from you?
When we talk about trends, I mean, I think that we can go in different places. Are we seeing trends in terms of where the industry is going and opportunities are created, or are we seeing trends that where we may be getting off track? One of the things that I think where we're headed as an industry is we're kind of getting off beat. We're kind of getting distracted. There exists this incendiary banter in our industry over what is a private exchange, and it starts with, well, it's a marketplace where a shopper can research and buy insurance, and unfortunately it persists with, well, it must include, and we go blah, 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 and a laundry list of vendor-driven features. And this is where we get into a feature chase. As an industry, we're distracted. We're trying to define the store when maybe we should be focused on best practices for reaching the consumer. So let's delve a little bit deeper on this. We know an exchange is a marketplace or, quote, a store. We all know what a store is. We can visit a store, local supermarket, for instance, discover products, compare and purchase products. There's all different types of stores, Walmart, Costco, Amazon, 7-Eleven. They're all stores with a different type of shopping experience. They're stores nonetheless. And how do you define a store given these examples? And honestly, we don't. It's not a discussion. We recognize the store when we see one. We don't sit in the parking lot at Buddy's Bait and Tackle, and before entering the store, we engage in a conversation of whether or not it has all the necessary ingredients to be a store. If we want to go buy some worms, we go inside, we consult with Buddy on the best worms to buy, and if we choose, we get a squishy box full of the slimy things, and then we walk out and go fishing. And so with that, you know, we come down to what does this look like? What are the expectations or minimal expectations or a feature list based upon this sort of feature chase that we have? You know, is there a broad array of insurance products? Does it plan compare feature there so that consumers can simplify their research? Is there decision support to educate the consumer? Does it support the use of mobile devices? Is there a 24/7, 365 access? Does it support EDI? Are analytics and reports available? Is it compliant with industry standards? Are there back-end services? You know, yes, that list goes on. Yes is all in there with regards to Exchange Builder. Exchange Builder provides many of these features one would expect in a private exchange or an insurance store. So there is no hesitation in the parking lot. But then we get into other things, payroll, HR. What else do you want to throw in there? And I'm not convinced that these are necessary to the sale of insurance or critical components of an exchange. To draw a comparison, I'm not aware of any car manufacturer that sells fuel or builds freeways. I'm I look at it and I say to myself, we need to refocus. And I think it's extremely important that we as an industry avoid overemphasis on selling exchange features and stick to our core business of insurance advocacy. My goal today was to alter the conversation perhaps and refocus or realign ourselves with the consumer as it relates to delivering insurance products.
Well, that's good. Well said, Richard. And, we're towards the end. It's a nice place to close. And it's been really nice having you on with us. Tell our audience how they can find you.
Real easy. Visit Paylogix.com, Paylogix.com, and we look forward to hearing from them.
Thanks, Richard. Listen, enjoy your weekend. We look forward to seeing you out in Las Vegas, and we really appreciate your time today.
Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Jonathan.